But the monster was restless. It won't rest until it's killed them. Time passed second by second. Her class beauty began a high fever. He opted to sneak out. He would drive the truck and the garage to escape. He tiptoed to the center of the yard, confirming the monster was still in the room. He then jogged to the garage across the street. Just as he was searching for the wrench, it watched Silly's every move closely, ready to strike instantly. In a life or death moment, Silly saw the monster in the mirror. He turned to run right away, but the monster was very fast and nearly knocked him dead. While the monster paused, Silly kept throwing debris to disrupt its attack and took the chance to escape towards the house. The classmates inside heard Silly's cry for help. They moved the heavy thing to unlock the door. They finally rescued Silly at the last moment. Though the process was thrilling, they managed to get a wrench to break the window. This encounter made everyone realize this kind of monster depends on sound to locate its prey. As long as we turn up the TV to the max, they can sneak out without a sound. Sure enough, the monster was drawn to the noise from the TV. They all successfully escaped. Then they rescued others from another room. Everything was going as planned. The DVD playing the movie suddenly broke. The monster quickly noticed something's off. It then crawled out through the vent. Timeline fought hard to block it with the broom, buying time for classmates who just escaped. But just as things were looking good, the truck keys couldn't be found. Now, the monster broke loose from the dock. It launched a fierce attack. Hey, this is the one, right? Okay. Finally, the keys were found. But Elle, the only driver, can't drive stick. Just then, a girl offered to drive. I was worried she wouldn't drive well. In the fight, why are you interfering when you know nothing? Shut up, don't be so arrogant, you lunatic. My family runs a driving school. The monster's about to break in through the roof, because running straight out might offer a chance. Since no one wants to abandon their classmates, there's only one solution left. We need to send someone out to lure the monster. Others seized the chance to flee with class flower. To ensure fairness, Shang-Su gripped a wooden stick. Whoever draws the shortest stick goes. Everyone was anxiety-ridden, afraid it might be them. The draw is done. It was clear that Elle was the one drawn. But Shang-Chi secretly broke his stick. Seems like it's me. I'm leaving. Looking at the broken stick in his hand, Al fell into deep thought. Shang-Chi resolutely headed towards the door. He bent a bucket to attract the monster. It rushed swiftly in his direction. Shang-Chi dodged wildly until he saw everyone had safely escaped. His anxious heart finally calmed. Now he had to quickly find a hiding place so he might survive the night. But at that moment, misfortune struck. He stepped on a board by mistake. The sound drew a monster right away. He nearly died from its surprise attack. Shang got up and ran fast, but the monster was just too quick. There was no way to lose it. Shang shut his eyes in despair, facing death. At the crucial moment, it fell weakly to the ground, just as both of them were relieved to be alive. It lunged at them with lightning speed. Luckily, the instructor arrived just in time. The rescued students barely had time to celebrate. More than half of the soldiers had already fallen in battle to wipe out the monsters in the city center. They had to send help fast. Students who heard left letters. The next day, they got ready to leave. The lively city was now eerily silent. Not a single person was seen on the streets. Not even a single monster in sight. Just when everyone let their guard down, the radar suddenly alerted them to a monster ahead. But the numbers were unknown. The risk of rushing in was too high. Picked up a toy car left on the ground, threw it straight ahead. The toy's noise drew many monsters. Everyone quickly started shooting, but there were simply too many monsters. Before long, they broke their formation. Just as they were about to lose, the monsters suddenly paused their attack and retreated together. Everyone curiously followed where they went. They discovered an emergency shelter behind. Outside, things were mass. There were human remains everywhere. Everyone entered the shelter, puzzled. Inside was far worse than the chaos outside. No survivors were left, all perished. The instructor was curious. Why would the monsters discover such a hidden shelter? Have they become more intelligent than humans? The answer came quickly. During the night watch, communicating with the sphere in the sky. Those spheres are up there scouting the terrain, and the split monsters are responsible for slaughter in line with their movement. The next place to hit is the city's largest shelter. Their parents are likely there to protect their families. So they plan to pack the building with bombs, and they'll lure the monsters and blow them up. While everyone busily sets the bombs, the monsters suddenly start moving. They quickly head towards the shelter. The situation is urgent. The instructor had to turn on the speakers to attract the monsters. He did everything to make noise. 10,000 monsters surged in. They were about to arrive here, but the wires for the bombs weren't ready yet. The instructor ordered everyone to retreat quickly. He would complete the task and escape. Never did he imagine the monsters could be so fast. As he finished connecting the wires to escape, desperate, he hid in a classroom. He thought about jumping from the upper floor, but that plan was clearly unfeasible. The instructor knew he wouldn't escape, so he chose to face it all bravely. He returned to the classroom and locked the door.